And we are at the home of British motorsport, the legendary Silverstone. The layout has changed over the years, 70 years to be exact. But my goodness me, the action does not stop. We cannot wait to see how these guys do. Let's just go through the drivers for this evening. We have got Wolverine for Mercedes, Grimmy and Will for Ferrari, Jagerbomb and Brad for Red Bull, Colm and King for McLaren, Snowball for Renault, Callahan and Sullivan for AlphaTauri, Brembo for Racing Point, Limj for Alfa Romeo with Fraser, got Leo and JC for Haas, and SRT and Smithy for Williams. We've got Ben Francis and Rabsy in as well. We wait to see what cars they select. Almost time for lights out for qualifying. Just a short 18-minute session to determine the starting order for the grid. And we've got Luke in as well. So we've got a full grid. Luke in the Racing Point, which leaves Mercedes and Renault with open slots. Rabsy in the Mercedes, which leaves Francis in the Renault. Everyone's starting to ready up now. This is it. Into the second half of the season. There's a lot to look forward to. The rest of the calendar is as follows for the second half of the season. Hungary next week. Then you've got Canada, the Netherlands, the home of Mr. Supermax. Mexico, the land of the rising sun, Japan, and of course, Bahrain for the season finale. So let's quickly recap how the championship standings look. We've got Luke at the top of the standings with 163, King with 152, Grimmy 123, Snowball 117, Wolverine with 106, Reckless 104, Smithy 102, Colm 81, Brembo 74, and Leo with 69. In the Constructors' Championship, we've got Racing Point 237, McLaren 233, 208 for Ferrari, 181 for Williams, 174 for Renault, 123 for Mercedes, Red Bull 107, Haas 102, AlphaTauri 82, and Alfa Romeo 58. And of course, we've got... let's just quickly refresh you on the point system. You got first place with 30 points, second 25, third 21, fourth 19, and then 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. And that's your top 10 covered. 11 points for 11th, 10 for 12th, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy as that. 3 points for clean racing, basically no penalties throughout the race. You manage to do that, you get 3 bonus points, and a bonus point on top of that for the fastest lap of the race. Got a few cars starting to head out onto track now. Actually, I got quite a few, actually. But the first one out on the track is one of the AlphaTauris, and it is Mo Sullivan. He's the first man out on track today. So how are we all doing this fine Sunday evening? Did you guys catch the Portuguese Grand Prix earlier today? History in the making. Lewis Hamilton, 92 race wins. How does anyone... I never thought in my lifetime that I would actually see Michael Schumacher's win record be broken. Then triple... I wouldn't be at all surprised if Lewis attained triple digits in both pole positions and race wins within the next season. So we're going to ride on board with Sullivan as we take you for a lap around this legendary Silverstone circuit. Accelerating towards Abbey. Flat out through their lift slightly. 190 miles an hour. Heading through Farm. Coming up to the arena section now. And on to the Wellington Straight. This is one of two DRS zones. Yellow flag in Sector 3. It's one of the Haas drivers. And we've got one of the Mercedes off as well. Sullivan heading through Brooklands and Luffield. This used to be the end of the lap. Heading through Copse Corner and then now up to my favorite section of the track, Maggots and Beckett's, turns 10 through 13. And then just a slight kink left through Chapel onto the Hangar Straight, DRS wide open. $203 miles an hour he clocked out at, going through Stowe. Now he's just got Vale and Club to go through. Sullivan round the final corner and across the line with a 1:28.079, first lap of the day. And Smith responds 1:26.626, or 1:26 Stitch, if you will. If you've not seen a Disney film, you won't get the reference. And Colm with a 1:27.1. Let's see what the Wolverine can do. 27.9. SRT responds with a 1:27.6. And Jaeger 1:26.272. Grimmy with a 26.087. See what Leo can pull out of the bag. Oh, and Will's actually retired from the session. He lost it out of Cops. Yeah, he lost it out of Cops and he's put it into the wall. Well, we know who's starting at the back of the grid now. Leo heading through Maggots and Beckett's now. Leo with a 27.655 puts him 8th. And Rabsy's invalidated Hisla, as has. And Brembo. Oh, they've all invalidated. Oh, and Fraser's actually retired as well. What happened to him? Francis invalidated again. So let's see what Lim J can do. Looking forward to your podcast Monday. Just a quick heads up, guys. I'm going to be tomorrow's guest on the podcast that we have for Sunday Night Race Club. We have podcasts on Saturdays and Mondays, and I'm going to be the guest on Monday, so be sure to get your questions in. MJ coming through. Maggot and Beckett's now. Very smooth through there. Onto the hanger straight now. Purple, sector 2. Coming up to Stowe now. Smithy on the source with a 25.9. He's broken the 126 barrier. That's a very strong lap of 126.815. Here comes Francis through Maggot and Beckett's now. .27.6 for Francis. Not the best lap time in the world. Yellow flag sector 1, that's heading onto the Wellington Straight. I think that was for... I think it would have been for Colin, but Rabsy, 26.932, puts him 7th. He'll be happy with that. Here comes King. Round the final corner, and oh, he blows the competition out of the water. 25.619. Or a 125 Rey Mysterio. Rapid validated. Here's Brembo. He's coming through onto the Wellington Straight now. Oh, and Luke said, not so fast, King. If you want to dethrone me, you're going to have to work harder than that. Brembo manages to go 5th with a 26.1. And Grimmy goes fast, 25.277. Brad with a 26.774 puts him 8th. So it's Grimmy, Luke, King, Smithy, Brembo, Wolverine, Jaeger, Brad, Limj, and Callahan. That's your top 10. And Jaeger with the fastest lap, 25.186. Checker flags out. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be improving on their time. Oh, hold the phone. Don't count your chickens just yet. King's got a couple of corners to go. His yellow flag's ahead of him. Is he going to improve it? Oh, he goes into him, but he gets pole position. He pulls the rabbit out of the hat, and he's only going to go pole position. Absolutely staggering. So it's King, Jaeger, Grimmy, Luke, Smithy, Brembo, Wolverine, Brad, Francis, Limj. That's your top 10. Then you've got Leo, Ryan, Rabsy, JC, Colm, Snowball, Sullivan, SRT, and you've got Will and Fraser who didn't set a lap time. "70 years ago, Formula One became an official sport, and we are back where it all began. It's Silverstone. It's round 8 of SNRC for season 1. The national animal of Great Britain is, of course, the lion. 20 Formula One cars about to roar into life for another epic clash of the Titans, and it lies on the prime meridian marking Greenwich Mean Time. The clocks actually went back last night an hour, believe it or not, and we also have 13 British overseas territories. It hosted the first ever F1 race back in 1950, Silverstone did, won of course by Neo Farina at Alfa Romeo. It's the third longest track on the calendar behind Baku and Spa. Jenson Button never won a race or stood on the podium in 17 attempts at this track. 3.66 miles, 2 DRS zones, 18 corners to negotiate, 8 to the left and 10 to the right. Some of the action zones to look out for. You've got Hamilton versus Raikkonen at Village Corner in 2018, where Hamilton had to work his way through the field to get back onto the podium. Copse Corner 2018, Sainz versus Grosjean, a great battle that was. And then you've got turn 15, Stowe, Mansell versus Piquet in 1987. What a battle that was. And some of the winners at Silverstone over the years, you have Alberto Ascari, 1952 and 1953. Juan Manuel Fangio, 1956. Into the 1960s, you've got... Oops, wrong clip, that helps. Bother. And my intro has now just been ruined completely. That's so annoying. So let's try that again. So we've got Alberto Ascari, 1952 and 53. Juan Manuel Fangio, one of the greatest drivers of all time, 1956. The 1960s, you had Jim Clark, 1963, 65, and 67. 77 was James Hunt, a year after he won the world title. Of course, the great Ayrton Senna, 1988. Mansell, he got 2 British Grand Prix wins in the 90s, 91 and 92. He got another couple on top of that. Michael Schumacher, arguably the greatest driver of all time right now. Lewis Hamilton, 2002 and 2004. And of course, Lewis Hamilton, 2014 through to 2017, 4 in a row, and then a 5th one in 2019. He's got 7 British Grand Prix to his name. It's the hardest of the Pirelli range, the C3, the C2, and the C1, and you're looking at about 27 to 28 seconds to make your pit stop and maintain position on the track. 70 years of history, and what an amazing track to celebrate 70 years of Formula One. So here's the starting grid then for this epic race. You've got King on pole position, and you've got Jaeger alongside him on the front row. Grimmy in 3rd, and you've got Luke, our championship leader, in 4th. He'll be out with a point to prove to try and get back to get to the lead of the race. Smithy in 5th, and then you've got Brembo in 6th. Wolverine, the boss of the league, in 7th, and you've got Brad alongside him in 8th, and then you've got Ben Francis in 9th, followed by Limjay rounding up the top 10. Leo, then Ryan Callahan, followed by Rabsy and JC. And then closing out the 3rd quarter is Colm, another one of the bosses. And then you've got Snowball alongside him, followed by Mo Sullivan and SRT. And then you've got Gunnar Will and Fraser A, who didn't set, both of which neither of them set a lap time. And as a result, starting at the back of the grid. So looking at the field, you've got Will, SRT, Rabsy, Ryan, Leo, Brad, Brembo on mediums. Everyone else starting on softs. So here we go. Everyone's starting to ready up now. Formation lap time. Here we go. 26 laps of this circuit. Do you guys know what time it is? Here we go, guys. Ready for the lights? Here they come. 4, 5, and it's race time at Silverstone! Everyone through relatively cleanly, and oh, Lin J! Lim J right at the back of the field, not what he would have wanted. Grimmy already with a 3-second time penalty, and oh, he's plummeting down in the field. What on earth has happened to him? And Ramsey's gone. Lost it out of cops, and he's put it into the wall. Virtual safety car is out. What happened to Grimmy though? Must have sustained some damage. Indeed he has. That's a lot of front wing damage. He's gonna need to get that repaired, surely. Not what he would have wanted, but what else can you do? DRS enabled again. Lim J, he's got to change his front wing. Wolverine's had to change his as well. Onto lap 3, DRS enabled. Yellow flag sector 1, and that's for Wolverine. And oh, Fraser's gone! Fraser's gone! Through Maggots and Beckett's! He's gone through Maggots and Beckett's. That's him. He's gone. He's out. That's 2 gone in the space of a lap. A Mercedes and an Alfa Romeo gone. Not what they would have wanted. Callahan in the pits. A little further back, you've got Smitty trying to catch Brembo for 4th place. And there's the DRS. Brembo's not going to be able to defend from this. Not even a chance. Not a chance. Smitty into 4th. How easy was that? A little further back, you've got the Haas teammates, and they've got Brad, Colm, and Snowball behind them. Got a 5-car train battling for 6th place here. DRS is going to be enabled. I don't think Leo's not going to be close enough to overtake JC. time penalty there. Time penalties are definitely starting to rack up now. And there we go. There's another one. Brembo with one. Has a look. JC doing well to defend it. So here we go. On to lap 7. We're about a quarter of the way through the race already. Wolverine with a time penalty. Luke trying to have a look. Luke trying to see if he can get past King on the hanger straight. Not for happening. Would have been very impressive if he pulled it off. Try as Luke might, you can't quite get close enough to get past King. Five-second penalty for speeding into pit lane for Smithy. Yellow flag sector 1, that's one of the Williams. And it's SRT. He's falling a long way back from his teammate. And still Luke can't get past. And oh, SRT's actually gone. Really unlucky there. It's through left field. Virtual safety car out. You've got King, Luke and Jaeger all in the pits right now. Top 5, Brembo, Leo, Brad, Snowball and Gunner yet to make a stop. King with a 3-second penalty. Bit of a lock-up there from Snowball. He's got Will behind him. This could be concerning as we approach the halfway point in the race. Smithy, 3-second penalty. That could prove pivotal in the results. Can't afford to be clocking up too many penalties, especially if you're in the hunt for the championship. Almost 3 abreast into Stowe. Side by side between Brad and Will. Snowball with the time penalty. Callahan and Wolverine in the pits. And Brad's in. Brad's in the pits. This leaves Luke on the verge of getting back into the lead. He's going for a set of softs to the end of the race. That could prove to be pretty advantageous. Brembo in the pits, and so is Snowball. Could be in for a pit stop race here. Oh, that's going to flat spot his tyres. That's not going to end well. Eight laps to go. With a time penalty. Home with another time penalty. Brad trying to have a look at JC. Couldn't make anything of it. Mo with another time penalty. Brad does manage to get through. A little further back, we've got Will trying to hold King back. Laps to go here. Things are definitely starting to intensify now. King trying to get past JC, but he's got Will behind him as well. Oh, and King goes wide. That could cost him a tenth or two. He has a look down the Wellington straight through Brooklands. Oh, and they touch. Oh, and JC almost loses the back end. And King's got him. Laps to go now. Brembo bearing down on Colm. Brembo's on much faster tyres. On to the penultimate lap now. Brembo. It's a 3-second penalty for him. Going through Woodcote to try and get past Colm. He's going to have a look round Cops. Has to lift slightly. I don't blame him. Coming through Maggot and Beckett. Careful! Oh, they almost made contact. My word. DRS for Brembo though. We're on to the final lap now. Colm has got to be a serious contender for driver of the day for me. Started 15th and... Oh no! Brembo's lost part of his front wing! That's the sort of thing he really could have done without. And now he's got Colm and Brad right behind him. Colm round the outside of Brooklands. And oh, another piece of front wing's gone. And it's the end plate of the Red Bull. Brembo with another time penalty. But here comes Luke. Wolverine with the time penalty. And King's actually out. He's lost it at Cops. But Luke comes across the line. Takes the checkered flag. But is he going to keep the win? Yes, he is. Luke wins the British Grand Prix. Jägerbomb second. King will be classified as a finisher, but will he get the points though? Here comes Smitty, yellow flag sector 3. Is Colm gonna get? No, he isn't. But Colm 4th. No, he's down to 5th on penalty countback. Down to 6th, 7th. Down to 7th. No, actually, scratch that. Will gets driver of the day. Didn't set a lap in qualifying, and he got himself up to 6th in the end. Let's see if I can get the top 3 in. So we've got one of the three on. We've got 1/3 of the podium here with us at the moment. But before we get into the post-race interviews, and there we go. Even Codemasters gives Will driver of the day.
Welcome, Z.
We've got Smithy in as well, so that's 2/3 of the podium in. We're just waiting on. Second place now. Oh, that was some climax to the race. There's your podium. Another win for Luke and another step closer to the championship. So let's recap the results. So we got Luke, Jaeger, Smithy, Brad, JC, Will, Colm, Brembo, Snowball, Leo, Francis, Grimmy, Sullivan. King officially classified as 14th. Then Callahan, then Wolverine, and Limj, the non-finishers, SRT, Fraser, and of course, Rabsy. Guys, make sure your audio's included.
Yep.
And apparently Limj got the fastest lap of the race. That is absolutely incorrect. Because the fastest lap of the race was 28.013 from Jaeger by the looks. No, actually, scratch that. 27.5 for Grimmy.
Wow.
27.3 for Wolverine, even. 27.3 for Wolverine. That's the fastest lap I can find on the board. So Wolverine gets the point for the fastest lap. Whew, like I said, that was a very chaotic climax to the race. So it doesn't look like we're going to be getting our second place finisher in. But hey ho, what else can you do? So let's chat with those that we do have. We've got third place for Williams, Smithy, but our winner and another step closer to wrapping up the championship. It is Luke for Racing Point. Luke, another win on the tally.
Yeah, wow, that one definitely wasn't easy. Yeah, I got quite lucky. What's happened with Harry? Do you know? King Waff, sorry.
Well, so what?
What happened with King Waff?
What happened with him was he made contact with Colm at the end of at the climax of the race. Took a bit of front wing damage, and then he must have lost it. He must have lost it out of Cops.
Oh wow, but yeah. Anyway, that's unfortunate. But yeah, my qualifying wasn't the best, so I knew I had to do something pretty special in the race. And yeah, got fortunate on the first lap by getting third and second, and then yeah, got Harry around the outside into Star, I think it was, and yeah, just sort of knew I had to lead it from there.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting strategy with some of the drivers starting on, especially those further back. Some of them starting on mediums so that they could get softs to the end of the race to start making their way through the field. And for some of them, it definitely paid off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing. I think I saw Brembo started on the mediums and he qualified sixth or something. So he did a great job with that, and then. But yeah, I was going to qualify on the mediums, but I didn't think my time was strong enough to keep me high up. But so yeah, I went out on the softs and pitted on the same lap as King Waff did. And luckily the virtual safety car came out at the same time, so we didn't lose as many positions. But yeah, it was a race to keep the tyres because I just felt like I had no grip at the same time. So yeah, that was quite tough.
Yeah, and actually I looked at this. Wilmo24 in the stream chat has just said, had I not gotten wing damage after my stop coming out of the pits, I would have had something for the top 5. Wow, I gotta feel bad for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That pit exit's an absolute bastard, though.
Yeah, it is not an easy. It's not an easy pit exit to say the least.
No.
Because you're essentially coming through turns 2 and 3.
Yeah.
When you're coming out of the pits.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Hungary next week. You're looking forward to that track?
It's just Monaco without barriers, isn't it? So.
Not the first time we've heard that this season, folks.
But no, I'll go well around Hungary, so should be interesting. Should be good.
Yeah, well, say thanks for your time, Luke, and congratulations on the win.
Cheers, Kenzie.
Yeah, and just before we get an interview, just before we have a quick chat with Smithy, Colm, the boss, has arrived in the party. What's up? And I think his microphone has.
I was sure it was there.
Anticlimactic. Yes, Smithy.
Thank you.
Cheers, Colm.
Yeah. I say Colm's not the only person that's done that while they're racing, having the commentary on in the background while they're racing at the same time. You're not the only one that's done that elsewhere. Oh dear. But yeah, Smithy, third place. Fantastic performance for you this evening.
Yeah, chuffed with it. Had a really poor start to the race. Brembo on the medium jumped me off the start, and we was all the way through to turn 6 and 7. We were side by side. I had to give up the place, and it took me a couple of laps to get past him. So it meant I kind of lost track with the cars in front. But I had a little bit of luck with Grimmy, unfortunately spinning, and the instance with HS King. And then I thought I'd try and play a blinder and do a lap earlier. I did that. The following lap, the virtual safety car comes out. So everyone gets a free pit stop ahead of me. So I had to come back through the field, took Cole, and then all I had to worry about was my penalties, because I think I racked up 11 in total. And I was just worried about where am I going to... Yeah, I had 6 on track, and then I forget when the mile an hour goes down to 37 on some tracks for the pit entry rather than 50. And it just threw me off, so I got a speeding in pit lane warning. But I knew I had Cole on pens, but I kept looking at the map and seeing how close everybody was behind him. And I was like, all these might not have any penalties, and I could go from 3rd down to 7th. But thankfully for me, they had a few penalties themselves.
Yeah, but and like I was saying to Luke, Hungary next week. You're looking forward to that?
It's my strongest track, to be honest. I really struggled in sector 2 there, so for me, that's a lot of practice needed on sector 2 this week.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to that. So thanks very much for your time, guys, and congrats on your results this evening.
Thank you,
Cheers, Kenzie.
Cheers, Kenzie. Great commentary as well, mate. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. So that's it for this evening's coverage of Sunday Night Race Club. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow I'm going to be the SNRC guest for the podcast tomorrow night. So be sure to get your questions in for that. I am definitely looking forward to answering them. We've had 1 or 2 already, but there's still plenty of time to get those questions in for the podcast. So in the meantime, I will see you guys tomorrow for the podcast, and I'll be back next week for Hungary. But until then, thank you and good night.